Welcome to the long-awaited, quote-unquote, scariest movie of the 21st century. First of all, I have to say, I'm going to debunk that straight off the bat, completely and entirely. This isn't the scariest movie of the 21st century. The fact that that's even a thing, the fact that they call it that, I kind of get why. But I'm going to fully flesh this movie review out. For those of you who've been following my channel for any period of time, just to get it, those who are new to my channel, I do not do spoilers. But that's right, no spoilers at all in my movie reviews. When I talk about a scene, I talk about the contextual elements of that scene, but I never, ever go into actual specific detail because in my personal opinion, my humble personal opinion, that's not fair. Like, it's just not right. Like, if you want to go and see a movie, go and see the movie. Like, you know, but if you want to know something about the movie or someone else's opinion on the movie, they shouldn't be giving you spoilers about the movie. But again, that's just my personal opinion. I have to say, and if those of you who saw my 60 seconds straight out of the movie reaction, I genuinely mean what I said. I would not promote this movie. If somebody said to me, hey man, should I go and see Longlegs? In my humble personal opinion, I would personally say no. The reason why, there's so many things in this movie for an audience member. Like, it really grips you. The entire movie grips you. It isn't actually spoken, and nor is it alluded to in this movie. However, this movie feels like it is filmed in the same time frame as The Silence of the Lambs. Okay, I'm not sure if it is, but it felt very similar to that. So this is kind of a 70s to 80s styled film, but brought into today's era. And the reason why they've done that is very specifically for like the grain of the movie, so that us as audience members are really submerged into the situational elements of what this movie is about. Now, when you get to the end of this movie and the plot twist turns and you realize what is actually going down, the gut-wrenching reality for the main character is so full-on that you as an audience, me personally, while watching this film, I was so in this state of just do it. You need to do it, and you need to do it now. And when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And those of you who have seen the movie, right? Like, seriously. Oh my gosh. I don't understand when the doll and the little girl, again, this isn't a spoiler, just giving you context, are in the living room together for her gift. I don't understand why she stands there, why the detective stands there and does nothing. She sees the outcome of this coming. In fact, you know, as an audience member, without even it being or happening, what is about to go down. Like, you actually, it's there. He's there. They're not even hiding it in the dialogue. Like, the dialogue for the two characters sitting opposite the little, well, not opposite. So the little girl's here, the mum and dad are here. There's another person here, and so it's like a four quadrant dynamic. This movie is messed up. Now, I'm going to really sort of briefly talk about Longlegs, and for those of you who don't know, they deliberately, intentionally kept Nicolas Cage completely out of all the marketing for this movie. And the reason why is because of his role in the movie. It was kind of like, in a sense, like the Penguin for the Batman. However, they promoted him quite a bit in that movie, Colin Firth's character in the Penguin, because when he comes into it, Nicolas Cage is so unrecognizable. It is outstandingly brilliant on comparisons of like Colin Firth in the as the Penguin in the Batman, and obviously now there's a series coming out. Unless that's out already, I haven't seen it. It is brilliant. It is so well executed. It is so impeccably written. The makeup artists did the most spectacular, wonderful, brilliant job with this movie. It is unreal. One of the things I'll say that you kind of know that it is Nicolas Cage, and this is probably realistically the only real honest reason why you do know that is him, is because of his articulation of some, not all, but some of the words that he uses in the movie that he's expressing. And that's the only real way, honestly, that you know that it is Nicolas Cage. Guys, truly and wholeheartedly, and I really genuinely, wholeheartedly, authentically mean this, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not a religious person in any way, shape or form. Just a little bit of insight, just a little tiny bit of insight with me personally. I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not a religious person in any way, shape or form, but I am a very, very spiritual person. I have a very, very, very sensitive relationship. I always have. I've grown up like that my entire life. Now, why I'm telling you that is this. Nicolas Cage, I believe it's 3 or 4 times, he says a line in this movie that is so forbidden. It's so forbidden that you would just like never ever, 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 ever say this. Ever. And he says it 4 times in this movie as the character Longlegs. And I'm not going to say it, I'm not. But that part of this movie for me was the biggest part of the movie that made me just straight up say to you as an audience member, never go and see this movie. Never ever go and see this movie. Because they tap into the realm, they tap into the realm of the demonic. And this isn't a spoiler. I'm just trying to explain something in a contextual element. Where they go with this movie and why the things happen, the way they happen, and how they happen, it all unfolds. Now, one of the things I want to tell you before I keep going into this is a very, very, very slow burn movie. Very slow. It's not boring, okay? It's just slow burning. This is not a boring movie. It's slow burning. And for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, I'll explain that to you. It means that the storyline very, very, very slowly unpacks the situation and the circumstances surrounding why the things are happening to the people that they're happening. But it happens frame by frame, scene by scene. It's not an action film, so it's not fast paced, it's not in your face, it's not heavy, it's not intense. There are elements of this movie that seem so hardcore and so full on that when you realize as an audience member what you're about to see, okay, there's a few visual elements in this, and those of you who have a weak stomach, I'm gonna warn you now. There is a scene in this movie that is so actually there's 3. There's 3 scenes in this movie that are so visually grotesque, so visually disturbing. Now, I want to tell you this. As the actors go into this scene, they even warn us as an audience member before they unveil what we're about to see. That happens the first time. It happens the first time. So when they are about to unveil what you're about to see, they literally say, "Are you ready for this?" When you see it, the footage is really quick. Like, honestly, maybe 3 seconds worth. And it is grotesque. It's messed up. They verbally explain what we are visually about to see. And because of that, we as an audience members, they're prepping us hard. Like, really prepping us. And then we see what happens, and then, it's pretty messed up. Throughout the movie, they do that. However, there's a sequence at this movie right towards the end when Longlegs is being confronted about something, and prior to what his outcome is and what he does, again, they warn us. Again, visually graphical. You wouldn't throw up. However, each to their own. People have different, taste. People have different, stomach and what you feel might make you queasy. And each to their own. Everyone's different. As you know, guys, all film is subjective. So you could go and see this movie and go, "This is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life." I get it. This is not a flop. This is not a bad movie. This is not a intense movie. This isn't a movie that will sink you to the bottom of the Titanic. It's not boring. It's not heavy. It is brilliantly written, brilliantly acted. The actors in this movie, wow. The writers knew exactly what they were doing, and the actors knew exactly how to execute this movie in every level of capacity that needed to be executed. This movie is full on. It's deep. It gets dark. There's scenes in this movie that catch you completely off surprise as an audience member. That doesn't happen a lot, but there's one specifically. And it's very, very, very specifically written. Really specifically written, so that at the end of the movie, you understand why the circumstances happened around the main character. And that's really the nuts and bolts of what went down and why this movie became what it is. And I really wholeheartedly, in my personal humble opinion, that's why I say don't go and see Longlegs. That's why I'm saying don't go and see Longlegs, because of the satanic element of this movie. And obviously, if that's your thing, then you're really gonna love this movie. But me personally, in my personal background and my history and my understanding of the darkness, those elements, is why I personally, humbly encourage you to not go and check out Longlegs. It's a full-on movie. It's very deep. It's very full-on. Again, like I said, Nicolas Cage brings his A game. And this isn't Nicolas Cage in the hyperactive, full-on, energy-pumping. No. This is Nicolas Cage owning a character. Really getting in the head of a character. And really portraying that character in the depth, in the deepest, darkest depth. And the elements of that, you would just very, very, very make people very uncomfortable. And he brings his A game 1,000% in every level imaginable. truly, guys, that is Longlegs. I really pray and I really hope that you've enjoyed my movie review. I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much. Thank you so kindly. You guys are amazing. I really value you coming and watching my thoughts and my experience behind Longlegs. Like I said, in my personal opinion, don't go and see this movie, but that is my opinion because it's hardcore, especially the ending. It's messed up. But when you see there's camera shots that make you go, why are they using that? You'll understand. It's completely, wholeheartedly wrapped up in this package of just amazement. And yeah, when you see, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who've seen it, you know what I mean. Guys, again, thank you so much for being here. It's good for you to be here. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for checking out this movie review. And until my next movie review, which is going to be, yes, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, that's right. That's dropping this week. Words can't explain to you how much I'm pumped and ready to go and see that movie. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to just be absolutely incredible, and I'm so looking forward to seeing it, and so looking forward to bringing it to you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching my thoughts and review on Longlegs. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your time. This is Superman Steve. Appreciating your time and valuing you always. Take care. Until my next review. Peace out. A-Town down. Superman Steve flying out.